Tonight, we're continuing to uncover an era of human experiments with author of the Plutonium Files, Eileen Welsom. She's the Pulitzer Prize-winning journalist who stumbled upon a footnote that cracked open a dark secret. The U.S. government experimented on at least 18 Americans without their consent, injecting them with radioactive plutonium. Some of them simply trying to get their bones set after a car accident, or trying to get help after being injured on the job. Instead, turned into human test subjects. And now she's talking about the aftermath of publishing that bombshell report and how it opened the floodgates to the discovery of egregious human experimentation at the hands of the government. From children, some of them orphans, fed radioactive oatmeal in Massachusetts, to pregnant women given radioactive cocktails at top hospitals in Tennessee and California. And now, horrifying tests in Cincinnati, with at least 88 patients given massive doses of radiation, some of them dying within days, revealed in a brand new episode of my podcast, The Truth of the Matter. Here's part of our brand new conversation detailing the effects of this horrific human experimentation.
It was a really, really terrible experiment. These were about 80 to 90 people living in Cincinnati, mostly African American, mostly poor, who were given whole body irradiation in the basement of Cincinnati General Hospital. Many of them had, most of them, I should say, had cancer, but many of them had cancers that were not advanced. In other words, they were working, they were walking, they were, baking cakes, living their lives, and they were given this radiation, and they died within 2 or 3 weeks from radiation exposure. And this experiment was funded by the military, and because military, remember, they thought they were going to fight. The next war was going to be on a battlefield. They were going to be soldiers exposed to a bomb that went off 300 yards from them, and so they needed to know, when is nausea going to set in? When are they going to get disoriented? Are they going to be able to use their weapons? How far are they going to get?
Tell me about what those passings from radiation exposure looked like.
Their deaths? Oh my God. They were in great pain. They had to go back into the hospital. They vomited they vomited constantly. They basically had the initial stages of radiation sickness. And or I shouldn't say the initial stages, I should say the advanced stages of radiation sickness, much like the victims of Hiroshima or Nagasaki had. And their bone marrow basically disappeared, which subjected them to infection should they live long enough. They basically developed toxic shock syndrome, and they died. They went into comas and died. This was a really brutal experiment.
To listen to more of that conversation,